Grace from the Southern Glamper, and I have a new video for you today about making RV repairs to your toilet. Now, this may be the type of repair that scares some people, maybe not others. It did us at first, but it's not as scary as you think. So let me walk you through what we did, kind of how this all worked and how we all put it back together, and hopefully this will be something that you can use going forward. Now, in order to do this job, this takes just standard tools, a couple of different socket wrenches to, one, get the toilet off the, the bowl off the base, one to connect it back to the floor, and then also I use these needle nose pliers. There's a little pinch piece that goes on one of the bendable pipe pieces that the water comes in, and then just a standard screwdriver to add that the little ball piece back into the toilet. There's a little lever that goes in there. So those are the things to remember. This is our RV toilet, and if you'll notice, it's all taken apart, and I'm getting ready to bolt it back down to the floor, but I'll tell you where this all started, and that is with this particular piece here. Originally, the little cup that when you press the lever down was not going all the way back up. I've got to finish putting it back together and it'll all work like it's supposed to. But I thought that it was just the seal, and that's just this little black ring that you see around there. And I thought, well, that's what needs to be replaced. That's what's causing it to get stuck, but I was wrong. It was actually this little ball, which is that white plastic piece that you see right there in the middle. That's what had to be replaced, and in order for that to happen, the entire toilet has to be taken apart to do that, because you have to remove, and I'm going to show you, this lever from the side. Everything's all clean. I've scrubbed everything up, but you have to pull that arm off to get to that white little piece, to pull it out, stick it back in there. That's all that you have to do. I want to show you just a couple of things that will make this easier if this is what you do. Of course, you do want to use gloves and things like that. I don't have gloves on now just because I have cleaned and scrubbed everything up in the duration of this project. So in order to do this repair, you have to pull this arm straight off. And so you have to give it a little pressure, pull it all the way off. You'll feel like you're going to break it, and you're not. But I will tell you this. There is a spring mechanism that I don't know if you can really see well. It's right there. You can see it in the line of sight here. And if that is not lined up appropriately, it will not let everything line back up and go back into place like it should. Now, you can see fully from there just the little cut piece that is what covers up and keeps everything sealed off. The seal will go back around there. Ultimately, there are two bolts, one for each side, that will cover everything, that will bolt everything back down to the floor. Once I do that, then I'm just going to come back and I'm going to connect the water to the back, and then I'll be ready to seat the bowl back on the top, and then there's one more water connection that goes in there. So it's a very simple process, but it's a matter of removing the arm so that you can replace this piece that you see here. It just bolts into the side. There's nothing super fancy about that, so don't let it scare you off. The main thing that you'll want to do is you'll want to wear gloves. You'll want to spread out towels to put things down so that you're not going to damage anything. These are the actual bolts that connect the toilet base to the floor, and if you will notice, it has this flat head that allows it to seat under the little ring there, and there's two of these, one for each side. And one of the things that happened, and this has kind of been one of those comedy of errors repairs, is this. I had two of them. One dropped down the black tank, never to be seen again. I'm sure it will come out on the other side, but I don't care about it that much, so I had to order another one. So this has been a little bit more of a lengthy process. So as you're doing things, be careful. Don't do like I did and drop this one down the side. This was the last thing that I needed to complete this repair. So here's a little tip before you put everything back together. You're going to want to get your water connections back in place before you reset your bowl and screw it back on. And if you will notice, this pink tube that you see there in the back, there is a little clamp that I'm going to have to use a pair of needle nose pliers or something like that to squeeze that and get that back on. Because this is a tight space, you'll want to do all of this stuff before you reseat the bowl. Okay, so here's the moment of truth, and if you can see, there's already water in the toilet. The seal is fixed. So the fact that the water that's in the bowl from when I flushed it is staying there, that means the seal is tight. It's working like it should. The little ball that I replaced is in there. Also, this gave me the opportunity to clean everything really super clean. But also, if you'll notice, when I flush, the only hiccup that I have is the lever does not come back up on its own automatically. I'm gonna grease the little spring that's in there, but this is just a minor thing. Everything is sealed off. I feel like that spring is probably gonna loosen up just a little bit, but the bottom line is everything's working like it should. I know that's a minor thing, but flushes, it seals, and there you go. Just to wrap up, I will just say, if you are afraid to do repairs and things of this nature, there's nothing wrong with calling a repairman. Some things you might want to consider. One, you can call and get a mobile RV tech to come out, possibly to your home. We've done this more than once. Also, you could obviously take it in and have it done at an RV dealership, but I will say this. If you feel like you're handy enough and can do some basic repairs on your own, I would encourage you to do it, because one, it's very rewarding to be able to do it for yourself. You will save yourself money, but also it makes the total cost of ownership for an RV a lot less scary and a lot less expensive if you will do it on your own. The one thing that we don't fear when we travel is repairs and things of this nature, because we feel pretty confident about being able to fix things, and that's why I encourage people to do it. However, it all depends on your skill set, so don't do something you feel uncomfortable doing that you feel like you might break. But in this instance, this was a total win. Just some basic tips in terms of doing projects like this. One, take your time. Seek out sources, YouTube videos, tutorials, things like that, that would kind of help you to navigate your way. A lot of times when you order parts like this, it will come with detailed instructions. It will help you do that. But the bottom line is this. If you just take your time as you do a project like this, you could even spread it out over multiple days, which is what we do. We store our RV at our house. I'm able to just work on things a little bit of time at night after work. So if you want to do it, you can do it. This was one that I did all by myself, and I feel pretty proud of that. So until next time, happy camping.